What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we are wrapping up the brake job on the MK7 GTI. So if you guys recall from the last video, I remember telling you guys that I had ordered a new breaker bar. I needed something that was nimble enough and small enough and was 3/8 of an inch to be able to reach the bolts for the caliper bracket assembly. So this is the one I ordered from Amazon. It was probably about $9, and then these are the Torx bits that you need in order to complete the job. Now I'll show you where those bolts are in just a second because they are a pain in the butt, but if you watch Paul's video on doing rear brakes, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. So last night I actually went ahead and did one side, and I was gonna record the video yesterday, but the Stack Plus headquarters showed up at my house, so we just had to kind of stop. But this is what it would look like. These are the slotted ones, obviously pointing in the right direction, and they look so sick. Now don't mind the wheels are a little dirty, but this thing looks bomb. So good, and they bite so hard. It was just a little bit uneven, obviously, because I have stocks on the other side. Let's get to doing the other side and wrap this up. The bolts that I am talking about are actually right back here, and the reason why you need something like this is because you need it to be able to kind of flex and be able to go in here. So what I did was I angled it this way, and then I grabbed an extra pipe, slid it over this, and used it as torque. Went ahead and loosened those up. And then there's another one down at the bottom over here, which you're gonna pretty much use the same kind of idea. And this is why having the right tools is such a difference, because I wouldn't have been able to take that out otherwise. So once you take that off, it's pretty much just a matter of taking off the caliper. So it's gonna be 2 bolts here and here. Use your tap to kind of tap into this little thing here, and then you can remove the entire assembly. Alright, so now that we've taken the whole caliper off, the caliper bracket, the rotor, everything came off in that time lapse, it's time to push back this piston. Now these things are very tricky because if you try to just press this in incorrectly, you could ruin the caliper. You actually need a special tool, which I ordered. It looks something like this. I got this off Amazon for I don't know, something around 20 bucks, and it came with all different sizes. You're gonna need size number 7 to do this particular job on the rear brakes. I'm not sure if it's the same on the front, I don't remember, but I do think it might be, because the reason why you need this is because these calipers, they twist and push in at the same time, so you need something that does or mimics that. If you have a DSG, then chances are you're gonna have to OBD11 the calipers to open up, but I mean, other than that, it's just a matter of twisting this thing, and this thing can take forever. So I'm gonna set the camera down and get to cranking this, because this probably takes the longest out of any piece of this job. This outer rubber boot may be dirty, so you want to kind of clean it off before you start spinning this stuff, because if this rips, then your caliper's pretty much done, and you have to get another one, because otherwise you'll always leak. So make sure that happens, so that this doesn't stick. This should move freely. If you grab a small flathead and run it across, you should be able to get most of the dirt out. If not, just use some brake cleaner and you should be good. Pretty much wraps up this side too, guys. It's just a matter of pumping the brakes again. I'm putting my e-brake back up because I had to take it off, and going out for a drive. After the first drive, it should look like what it is on this side, right over here. Let me get a quick thumbnail. All right, so it's just a matter of pumping these brakes at this point. Wow, watch my leg move. It should be good. The e-brake is up. Let me flash forward because I have to head upstairs and I kind of clean myself up a little bit. But I have to go to the post office and pick up some more car parts. Remember, guys, Waterfest is only like 3 weeks away, I think, something like that. So I have a lot to do on this car still. That still needs to get done. So yeah, let me go clean myself up and I'll come back to the car at some point. My slip from USPS. Let's go pick up these car parts. On the way, we're gonna test out these brakes. So I'm coming to Waterfest with a brand new flow, guys. So again, a lot of the videos over the next few weeks, I am going to keep some things secret. I'm gonna put them on the car, and if they're already on the car, I'm gonna try to show the car in a way where you guys don't see it. So if you guys want to be the first ones to see what the car is going to look like for Waterfest, make sure you join me at Waterfest. It's going to be July 21st and 22nd. We will be out there with the Unitronic squad, and it's going to be a fun time, man. Maybe you guys will get to see me after a few drink-a-doos. If you guys can guess what it is, I'll give you a heart on your comment. If you don't, then I'll just give you a like. All right, now, so quick review on the ECS rotors. Now that I have all four all installed, and you know, it definitely feels a lot better than stock, I'll tell you that much. As far as installation of the rotors and the brakes, honestly, so long as you have the right tools, it really is an easy job, so long as you know how to take off a few bolts. On each side, there is, let's see, 2 bolts on the side, 2 bolts holding up the caliper, and then the 1 bolt holding up the rotor. It's really just 5 bolts you have to take off. It's just knowing in what order to do it or whatnot, and then, you know, being able to do everything else, as far as like doing the piston and also like tapping out the rotor, things like that. So otherwise, it really wasn't too hard to install these things. Hey now, it really wasn't very hard to install this, guys. Honestly, like if I would have had the right tools from the get-go, I would have probably finished the entire job in under 2 hours. I'm talking about all 4 wheels. But obviously I wanted to split it up because I'm always on a time crunch. I always feel like I'm running somewhere, but I'm always, you know, working and such. So yeah, as far as like the initial first impressions of the actual brakes, they feel really good. They definitely bite a lot harder, so I can tell at the very top my brakes are not spongy at all. So I'd have to see how it is once the braking period is kind of over, how they fare. Now, the EBC pads, at the beginning, I mean, I read already, I knew this was gonna happen, but they are very messy. I've been cleaning my wheels more than I usually do, and that's because the pads themselves aren't broken in yet. I'm spitting all over the place. I'd say that until the pads wear in and until that first layer is kind of out, which could be up to 1,000 miles, according to EBC's website, which I think it's a little excessive, to tell you the truth. It is going to be that messy. So yeah, so hopefully after the braking period, they're not so messy, and I can actually keep a clean wheel for longer, because right now I'm finding myself cleaning my wheels like every 2 days, and it's not fun. So yeah, but that's it, guys. Again, if you guys are coming down to Waterfest, please let me know down below. I'd love to get like a good amount of people to come down there and check everything out. Obviously, once this car is done, we're gonna move to somewhat of an older project. So I'm kind of still up in the air about what that's gonna be and when that's gonna be. So yeah. Other than that, guys, just enjoying the summer. I hope to see a lot of you guys on Tuesdays at the show. If you're local, come see the Stack Plus guys and myself. We have a ton of fun, guys. We always shut it down. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. If you're new here, consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.